die, we become them. You think we hide behind walls to protect us from the Walking Dead? You don't get it. We are the Walking Dead.
We are AMC Presents The Walking Dead.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Comics Corner. I am Mike, here with Johnny.
Dude, you picked the quote that I picked. Sometimes I follow up your quotes with a quote, but that was the quote I was going to quote.
That's like
you pre-quoted me.
That's like the quote of the series. You know, we get the cut the title card at that point, and then
it's not that great, especially when they did it in the series.
Yeah, but it is the name of the series, so I had to use it.
Do you know there's a point where there's a cliffhanger where he swears, and in the show they had to do it without the swear word, and it has like, I'm fairly certain the line is, I'm gonna use my swear now. I don't care. I'm pretty sure the line is, they're fucking with the wrong people, and in the show he's like, they're messing with the wrong people, and then it was like, see you next season, and didn't have anywhere near the same effect. I am pretty sure if you have the home release, like the DVD or Blu-ray, there is an alternate take where they took it, they did it with the swear.
They're friggin' with the wrong fellas.
Yeah. Wow. You should have been a writer. You're better than... That was a lot better writing than some of the episodes.
I forget if we talked about it on stream before, but there are a lot of good movies and TV shows that are improved by the censorship cuts, like Scarface for one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Scarface has some.
Okay, I hope everybody watching knows that he very loosely means makes better, and by makes better he means they're funny to watch.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, wait. Have you seen the opposite? But... There's a video where somebody took Dragon Ball clips and they beep out. They just add in beeps and it makes it sound like they're swearing.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen that one. I've seen similar, but no.
You laugh like you saw it.
No, I'm just thinking of.
You're just thinking that's funny. I got him, folks. I got him again. I love making this guy laugh.
Exactly, yeah.
He's a giggly kid.
But yeah, I guess before we get into it, I think you had some news. I had some news.
So wait, do you want the sad news?
The other ones?
Yeah. I feel like we dip down with the sad and then we lift back up. We rise like the phoenix.
Right, lift me back up. So real quick, I was going to mention today is the December the 10th, and news just broke earlier in the day that artist-writer Richard Corbin. I mentioned him on the show. I'd shown off a lot of his stuff because he is a favorite of mine. Unfortunately passed earlier in the week. Apparently on the 2nd, he had a heart surgery and there was complications from it, and unfortunately he passed. But the news was broken by friends and family members today. So I might bring it up.
Your friends and family or his?
His, yeah.
Did they reach out to you personally?
Through Twitter. And by through Twitter, I mean posting on Twitter, and then eventually I saw it, and then I am
sorry to hear that,
and show off some of the cool stuff that I've got of his probably on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I might have like some cool hey, check out some books and stuff that he's written and stuff, and done the art for. Because I remember you weren't here for it because it was the Mike solo stream. I definitely showed off a handful of books that were Richard Corbin related.
The Corbin Club.
Yeah, Corbin Corner, yeah, exactly. So,
we can dedicate the show to him next week if you want.
Maybe we will.
It means I like stuff like that. I think it's like a good gesture on people's parts.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna hijack today's because you have a suggestion for a book for next week, but I think the following week I had a Richard Corbin book that we also have here that we could probably do then. So
we can cut in with the Corbin if you want. It is appropriate.
It's fine. We still got Richard the Red Sun one. So
okay.
But yeah,
spoilers.
So yeah, point being, more on that I guess next week. But some good news, Johnny.
Well, yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
First off. Secondly, I'm so hungry that remaining half stick of gum from the Batman pack looks delicious right now, but I think I'm going to hold off until at least halfway through the stream.
If you need a good crunch, dig right into that.
Captain Crunch right there, man. Okay, I have like boatloads of good news.
Sure.
Where do we start?
Start unloading. Start backing it up.
Okay, first off, it's seeming more and more like it's getting confirmed that some of these crazy Spider-Man 3 rumors are actually real.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name? Alan... Doc Ock, what's his name? The actor's name.
Am I crazy? No, that's not the...
Did you say Tim Allen?
I said Alan Tudyk. I'm like, that's the name.
No, that's not it. But it seems like that's definitely confirmed because I think there was like sightings of him getting like fitted for costume. Seems like the other Spider-Men are going to be in there. That's going to be wild. And then it seems like they might even be bringing in Charlie Cox's Daredevil, which is crazy. This is crazy that we have so much breaking news on a not Tuesday comics.
Exactly, yeah.
But you know what? That's what we're here for, folks. We roll with the tides. We're basically surfers. We're comic surfers.
We gotta rename the show now.
Comic surfers? Oh, dude. I do kind of talk like a surfer. I kind of got that about me.
Further into it, yeah.
So, that's pretty crazy. Did you see the slate of stuff that Marvel announced today?
The Marvel stuff, and then the Disney Star Wars.
None of it. I thought it was clickbait at first, dude. Okay, for Star Wars, it looks like they're having like several series, like Lando, Obi-Wan, which Obi-Wan's been like, talked about. They're gonna do some like High Republic stuff. They're gonna do some like droid series. They're gonna continue with Mandalorian. Ahsoka Tano is gonna get her own show. Crazy. The Marvel stuff. We got trailers. Okay, we got a second trailer for WandaVision. Did you watch it?
No, that one I have not.
Looks at it's comic related. I watched it here. I'm not even gonna lie about that. As far as I'm concerned, that's doing research for the product. How the hell am I supposed to keep up with the times if I'm not watching the trailers for the stuff we're selling? That seems like logical research to me. So, we got the WandaVision trailer, number 2. Looks great. Loki trailer number 1.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
That one I did see.
Looks great. Way better than I thought. The What If trailer, which I did not watch, so that's for after work, after hours. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, like it's their TV show. I was a little bummed when I found out that it was like an animated one. Not that that's necessarily bad, but like
I think it's gonna give them more liberty to do stuff.
Oh, of course. I mean, like not having to like roll in like the big name actors for like what happens if
they're voicing all their characters though.
Okay, I guess that's something. But
did you see they're doing a Secret Invasion series?
Yeah.
Starring Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. First they give him his own movie. Nick Fury, the movie, co-starring Captain Marvel. Now they're giving him his own TV show. Sam Jackson, nobody can stop you. Look at him go.
There he goes.
There he goes!
More movies.
WandaVision looks the best. That's going to be mind-blowing. Oh, wait, there was more. What? She-Hulk? And Mark Ruffalo's confirmed to at least appear in it. There was more.
As the He-Hulk, yeah.
Wow. That was phenomenal. You're going to be like, no, it wasn't. But it was funny.
Too late.
What else was there? There was more. Falcon Winter Soldier, but there was nothing new about that, I don't think. I feel like there was more, though, man. Oh, shoot! Did you see they finally confirmed a Fantastic Four movie?
Is it going to be good this time? Johnny, can we finally win?
It's our highest hopes. Will it be good? I can't answer that, folks, because I looked through the books and I'm like, I just don't get it.
It can't get worse.
Where's Alan when I'm dissing Jack Kirby?
Anybody in the chat, if there's anything that we missed or anything that you want us to touch more upon, let us know. Also, I guess we are
going to talk about The Walking Dead at some point. But there's a lot of news today, and then I got more, dude.
Sure, keep backing that boat up, Johnny.
Oh,
there's room on the shore still.
That was so consistent, I could have kept going, but I'll stop for everybody's sake. So, the other news is tomorrow that source I got for like finding out stuff before we find out stuff, like my previews.
Real quick, Gabriel in the chat mentions, don't forget all the Star Wars series. Yeah, we kind of touched upon those. Like the Mandalorian,
there's a droid one. Obi-Wan. And did you see Hayden Christensen is confirmed to reprise as Darth Vader? Oh, we're getting more of the Dark Lord. Dude,
I know I'm not as big about Star Wars. I forget. Are you tuned into a lot of the Star Wars stuff?
I am a follower of our Lord and Savior Darth Vader.
I'm sure you'd be happy to hear that.
I have photographic evidence of me kneeling kneeling before the actual outfit. I've gone to see have you been to the museum that they do, the traveling museum of all the costumes?
No.
Okay, I've been to it twice. I legit have a picture of me as a grown man kneeling in front of the suit of Lord Vader from Revenge of the Sith. I did see one from the original trilogy when I was a kid, but I wasn't smart enough to bow down. Stupid child. And then I do have a picture with the helmet too.
Okay.
I think that was from the original.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I know you're bigger into Star Wars. I'm not anti-Star Wars. I just don't follow it that much. Like, I mean, like honestly, I've been watching the Mandalorian season 2 stuff. Like, it's like stuff like that. Like, I honestly like some of the smaller stuff. Like, what is it? Rogue One. I kind of liked because again, it was like a
Rogue
smaller
One's
like
great.
standalone thing. So like, these new shows seem interesting to me because that's kind of the way that I like to consume the Star Wars stuff. Is I like a lot of the side stuff or like the smaller tales. Like the whole overarching stuff, like hit or miss for me. But like some of the characters I'm like focusing on that I think has been really sweet and like Mandalorian has been doing no wrong so far. So
No, they haven't. Also, do you like that I'm doing the pose that Luke Skywalker did after he got kissed by his sister?
it's a deep cut for for those watching.
Yeah, like Han looks at him and he goes, like one of those, and then you find out later it was his sister, and you're like,
exactly,
man, pretty cocky there, huh? I mean, I know you didn't know, but, you got the Force, dude, and it wasn't tingling? Come on.
You don't recognize this famous space incest pose that I'm doing over here?
Whoa, holy cow.
So Walking Dead, Johnny.
Back to the pose.
Yeah,
No, there's more news. Yeah,
wait.
wait, so I get, there's a source I have, not personally, but like I follow a source that gets some source material before we get the
I'll
previews.
just call him G. Lucas.
Yeah. My boy G. Lucas, where I get news on collected editions. So I'm finding out about 16 brand new Marvel Epic collections tomorrow and 8 reprints, one of which we already know about, which is going to be Avengers Epic Collection number 9, The Final Threat. Pretty exciting because it's going to have updated artwork from the Masterworks because those books have been done since the original printing. And one of the new ones is going to be a Thor book. So personally not interested in either of those. But as a comic guy, super stoked to see the Epic line continuing at such a high pace. Now to you, Michael. He's laughing because I'm looking at him. I think it makes him giggle.
Y'all remember The Walking Dead?
Look at me.
So
he did well. We just locked eyes, and I
once in a
think I just lost a week of my life. He just sucked it right out of me. Mike, you got an extra week of mine.
Thank you.
Woo.
I'll probably squander it by, I guess, reading comics and
All right.
crying.
Walking Dead.
So we've read it a couple months ago, and we're dipping back into it, continuing on because as per requested by I believe it was Skylar in the chat.
Skylar, where you at, dog?
Skylar, show. Where's your homework, Skylar? This is for you, my man. But no, we are reading Walking Dead. We're continuing it. First time we did it, we were going off the hardcover collections, which are basically so. Each trade paperback is 6 issues. Each hardcover is 2 trade paperbacks. So the hardcovers are 12 issues. So we read initially 1 through 12, and now we for this week we have read 13 through 24.
So the trades don't even include the covers. That's bullshit.
Yeah, and
buy
they don't have, I think, like the
I don't have the right
like
paint.
the columns, I believe, at the end.
No, they don't get nothing. Wait, I don't know if the hardcovers have all. Do they have
That's
all
right.
the columns?
No, I think it's just some at the end.
Do you know what else too? Did you see that they have the like the checklist for the dead people?
Yes, yeah, I do like that.
Oh
yeah.
man, I wonder how long that ran for.
To be fair, like I think they still had it. Like I dipped
At
into
the
it here
end?
and there at the end. I feel like it. I don't
Maybe
know if
they
they
did.
I don't know if they dropped off, but I honestly it's relevant. I mean, like you'll get that in like current comics too of like if it's like a team book, like here's like the characters and like who's gonna be in it. Like here's what Nightcrawler looks like and is up to and stuff like that. And like in Walking Dead, especially like since we dropped out of it and got back into it, it was helpful because when I opened up issue 13, there's a moment there where I'm like, all right, who's this guy? What were they doing?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, like.
You use that thing as reference?
Yeah, exactly. So it's helpful.
Yeah, actually, I did too. That's funny you say that because I didn't know that's where you were going with it.
And it's good too because it shows like a lot of like here's characters that had died, and like and also mentions like what their relations were of like this was like the wife and she had passed. Like here's a little bit about it. So like it kind of helps give context to the entire world again, which was helpful. And I definitely needed it.
So I ran into literally the exact same effing problem that I ran into when we read Volume 1 a few months ago.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any inkling what that problem is?
You forgot that they were zombies?
Whoa, no. Not even close.
I do not recall.
Every time I read this damn thing, I'm like, I love this so much, I should own all 16 hardcovers. And last time, I had to talk myself out of it. Because, dude, this is legit probably the third or fourth... third or fourth time I'm rereading the first portion of this series.
Yeah.
Bro, I dig it, man.
Yeah, no, like I mentioned it too. Like I'd gotten to I forget the name of the town with the governor. Like that was like the story arc that I got through, which I think is like shortly following this one, right? I think it's like
it's not
one or
long
two more
after.
arcs. But yeah, no, I definitely dig the series. I dipped in here and there since then, and like would watch the show. The show I kind of fell off quickly.
Show sucks. This book is great.
But yeah, the book is good again, and like even though we're still at parts that I had read before, like it's still been long enough time where like I just remember like the broad strokes. Like I remember what happens with Chris and I forget her name is something with a J. Am I crazy?
Yeah, I can't think of her name. No, I know what you're talking about.
The daughter, the boyfriend. Like I remember what happens there, but I don't remember like the lead up and all that stuff. But yeah, like
I have told. Oh, I think I even brought it up. If we watched the old episode, which sometimes Mike and I go do, we just watch videos of ourselves because we're what are those people called?
Narcissists.
We're those. At least I am. I love Mike. I have talked about that panel, those panels, that scene with many people saying that's the craziest thing I've ever seen in a comic book.
It's wild.
Right? Like, and this is a book of wild shit. It is like every other page you are potentially turning into wildness.
Yeah.
And that one takes the fucking cake. And I don't care if I just swore
and it's interesting too, like I'm sure we'll talk about it when we get there, but like they do kind of allude to it too. Like we definitely know like things aren't right with at least Chris.
Yeah, he's odd. He's what is the other guy? He gives me the willies.
Which is a bummer too, because like the more I was thinking about it, like man, like at the time when I was reading this the first time too, like I looked a lot more like Chris. I had shorter hair, I had glasses, I had braces, which he doesn't have, but like I definitely, and like his kind of like angstiness. I'm like, oh no, am I Chris?
Am I Chris?
Am I like one of the worst?
And then you looked at your Glock and was like, maybe I am. Paulie,
thanks for swinging on by.
How's that? How's them Portillos down there? Is that Paul?
No,
different Paul.
Not.
I know a lot of Pauls, man.
Not our Paul. Our Paul, who no longer works here, is now in Arizona. But Paulie P. I forget if you mentioned where he was. You don't have to. No doxing, but that's Pokemon Paul from the Pokemon streams.
Oh, Pokemon Paul. I like that. Earlier today, I saw I'm not even making this up. I saw Black Tea Lemonade Paul at Starbucks because I used to work there, and when I was there waiting in line for my drink today, as I no longer am employed by them.
Not after
the thing, yeah. Thank God for the pandemic. Yeah, there was an old customer in there that I saw, and his name is also Paul. So just I'm getting you Paul in today.
Yeah, black lemonade. Was that what you said?
Black tea lemonade.
Black
Good
tea
man.
Lemonade, yeah.
Sometimes he gets two, and I'm like, you're the man, Paul. I say that to him. You're the man, Paul.
Paulie P, you are also the man.
Yeah. You live here in the Chi. What's your favorite pizza, Paul? What's Paul's favorite pizza? I like to know. That's how I judge a man.
Exactly. Yeah, we've done this before.
Or a woman. I'll judge any of you. Buy your pizza.
Let's start judging what the inside of Walking Dead trade paperback number 2 looks like.
Phenomenal.
Issue 13. Yeah, judged. Properly judged.
Yeah, so we're at the prison where this is where we left off, and they're just getting here, so this guy is funny. Oh.
I was gonna say I don't know.
Hell yeah!
Paul swung by another comics one, but yeah, Paulie.
I'm not even in top form tonight. I'm tired.
Yeah, we're just getting started, Paulie.
No, but really answer the question about the pizza. The question.
The pizza quiz.
The quiz. Wait, what is it? Swords. Where's Salim when you need him? So, yeah, Walking Dead man opens up at the prison. They're making their way in still, so it must have left off because I was kind of having to get my bearings.
I jumped back into issue 12, but yeah, they'd driven up the RV. They'd kind of crested a hill and found the abandoned or mostly abandoned prison. So they kind of drive the RV through the gates, and then they are tasked with having to basically clear out the prison yard.
Yeah.
Because there's a handful of like roaming zombies still there. So
roamers, if you will.
That's the name fits them.
That's what they call them.
Hell yeah, Paulie P. So if it's your first time, Paulie, so the Thursday episodes we do book reviews. This week's book review is Walking Dead issues 13 through 24. We had read the first 12 a couple months ago, so we had kind of given it a review. So now we're doing the recap part. So we kind of spoilers if you've never read it before, but if you haven't read it before and you want to kind of hear our take and our synopsis of it, feel free to stick around. And yeah, good bedtime read. Got some zombies. We get some intrapersonal relationship issues, and turns out we are the Walking Dead. Yeah,
as what they tell
us. Humans are more monstrous than zombies, which is the trope of like literally every zombie piece of media. But it's a good trope. They're not wrong.
Yeah, I still like a lot of stuff Robert Kirkman does. So, the book reads so well. I was thinking that, like, the dialogue, I think Robert Kirkman has a really great grasp on dialogue. Like, it actually is a lot of text.
Except Marvel Zombies, but sorry, we don't have to linger on that. But
no, I'm gonna have to. Okay, wait, genuinely, you got to think there was a lot more influence there because this is his book.
Yeah,
and this is so different than that.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Like, so I got to think there's more influence, but it just reads so well because I found myself thinking like it almost reads like Berserk, but it's just a lot more dialogue.
Yeah, but it moves in a similar clip. Like it doesn't
linger on anything.
Yeah, like even like these pages where it looks like there's a handful of text, like it goes pretty quickly. It's just like casual dialogue. It's not like info exposition dump. It's just people chatting amongst themselves. Also, real quick, Paulie P says, I watched a few. I should get back into it. Have you ever read any of the comics, Paulie?
It's far superior, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, not like like an elitist way. Like it is kind of true. Like and if you've watched it, like these issues go through like the prison arc. So if you've seen that in the TV show, you can kind of see like the similarities or where they kind of break off.
But what I do like that the show did, because I watched it for a long time. I didn't watch the last few seasons, but I was pretty up to date for a while. What I did like is that the show did take different turns. Now, were those turns always good? They weren't. But I mean, if you were following the comics, you did not know what was coming in the show. And like, what I did like too is they would like have events that were the same, but would change the characters, and like that just made for good storytelling. I don't know. It did.
If you've read/watched Game of Thrones, they did the same thing too, where like at some point they kind of diverge because like
those weren't written yet.
Yeah, that's part of it too.
Still,
like,
I mean, it's still point.
Yeah, even at the points where it was at the same point, it's like like if you've read it, like they want to have something that's surprising for you, so it's not just like all right, well I know what happens, and then also like if you've never read it, like it's interesting stuff anyway. So it was similar for that with Walking Dead. So if you haven't read it, Paulie, there's still you can kind of see the ways in which the comic is better, but to each their own.
And dude, man, reading it again now. It is just so much better in black and white. It's not even funny. Those colored issues, and I'm collecting them. Like, you can get them here at Pastimes, located at entrance 8 of Golf Mill Mall at the intersection of Golf and Greenwood in Niles, Illinois. That's Pastimes Comics and Games, located at entrance 8 of Golf Mill Mall at the intersection of Golf Road and Greenwood in Niles, Illinois. We sell the colored issues that are coming out, but they just don't look as good.
Yeah, again, it depends on what you're looking for. Paulie says they always say books are better than movies, etc. I mean, like that's usually the thing. Like with books and kind of like with the comics too, like you get more of the introspection of the characters. Like you get to hear what they're thinking, you get to get more of their motives. And similar with this, like we kind of, especially like near the end when we get to like the drama with like Rick and Tyrese and all that, like it gets
I forgot that carried on for like an entire issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, look at this dude on the front. I mean, I like that Robert Kirkman doesn't discriminate. Look at this, like this guy definitely listened to rap music. He's got a do-rag. He's got some bling.
Exactly. Kind of me next to there. Got a long hair, dude.
Yeah, you do have a jacket just like that.
I wish I did.
With that same tear. And I'm always like, Mike, sew that up, and you're like,
I'm gonna need this in the end.
Just like that guy. It is you. But yeah, those what I was gonna say, the book's always better than the movie. We've talked about this. This year we read Watchmen, and then I went and watched it, and I purposely did not watch that movie for the longest time, so I wanted to read the book first, and I was like, it's gonna be better than the movie, and it's gonna be the true version of it. Like, usually when they make a movie off a book, you're like, well, the book is the true version. That's like the...
Yeah, I mean, but also it depends on...
the source material.
Because in this case, kind of like with Game of Thrones, like Kirkman for Walking Dead and George R.R. Martin for Game of Thrones, like they had a say in it. Like they were usually like either on location or at least like consulted. Whereas Watchmen, Alan Moore wanted nothing to do with that. Same with V for Vendetta. I forget if you said if you watched V for Vendetta or not, but like, I mean, but
no, because the book sucked. It did. Especially after Watchmen lived up to the hype so hard. Like, didn't we give it a 10 out of 10?
Watchmen? Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, like it definitely is everything it's said to be.
Yeah, like that's a classic.
V for Vendetta, however, it's gonna get a V for 5 out of 10. That's what it gets. Hi, Paulie, by the way. Hello. Bling bling.
Bling bling. Hello. This is Robert Kirkman. But yeah,
bling once for yes, bling twice for no.
Alan Moore notoriously against like different reinterpretations of his media, so that's why like it was definitely different. But yeah, so here they are cleaning out the jail, and then when they get to a locked door that leads to the cafeteria,
boom, prisoners.
It's both, Paulie.
Both. Yeah,
the microphone is basically right above the book, which is far from me.
Yeah.
I could.
But I also have a tendency to peek the mics, as we like to say in the chat here. Thanks for joining tonight. My gosh. You're so interactive.
Is this one mine?
It can be. Is one what?
If this sounds echoey, let me know, Paul. I can turn it down. But I think that.
Tap, tap, tap.
I don't know. I forget where that one is.
Tapping it. Dude, I can't believe that I didn't realize that was Carl Weathers until Royce said it the other day. Or was it
Carl
you?
Weathers?
Chubbs.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Yeah, I just like never thought about it. I never thought like, oh, who's that playing Chubbs?
Who's that playing Chubbs?
So, yeah, they find some prisoners, and then you find out what they did, and, they have their little backstories. This guy was an armed robber. This guy with the glasses did tax fraud. This guy did everything, man. Possession, selling, stealing, but he's all clean now. And this guy, murder. What did he do? Murder. He murdered them.
Murdered someone?
Murder. Yeah, so that's what happens. They find those prisoners, and they're like, we got...
There's no...
no shortage of food.
There's no guards, but yeah, no shortage of food. They say they have enough to like last them for like years. It's all canned food, but I mean, hey, at this point, you can't really complain. So
yeah, and the prisoners are like, yeah, we'll take you on a tour of the place, and they're showing them around, and they find like a courtyard that has a bunch of
the gym,
walkers
in
it.
The weight room is where they've like locked in. They never really go past that point in the prison. So.
And then they find a laundry room, which is cool for them because my voice just squeaked. And it's really cool for them because they haven't had clean clothes in like 12 issues. So 13 actually. This is issue 14 because there's no breaking point in the trade or a page number. Trades far inferior to the hardcover. It's all love, all good.
Yeah, people do mention how he peaks the mics. Unfortunately, like down the line, we're trying to get like proper mics, like one in front of me, one in front of Johnny.
I already have a proper mic in front of me.
The most proper mic. But yeah, so my apologies, but yeah, we try.
Don't apologize. Just kidding. You should apologize to both of us, Paulie and I.
I'm sorry, Paulie. I'm sorry, Johnny.
It's okay.
Wait a minute. What did I do?
Got him, sucker.
But yeah.
Yeah, so they find there's some school buses or some buses. They're probably prison buses. I don't think they went on a field trip to the prison. Let's see what they're made out of. Concrete. And so Rick has the bright idea to go get the Herschel family. What's their last name? The Greens.
Yeah, Herschel.
Yeah.
Green.
So because I had to remember that. I was like, what the hell? Yeah. So because this doesn't have.
Left on the farm.
Yeah. So Glenn stayed back with Maggie on the farm, and so if you didn't read the first 12, we're not catching you up. You got to know what that means. So Rick goes back to the farm to get them. You know what? I liked that about Infinity War and Endgame. The Russo brothers said ahead of time, like, all right, you either know or you don't. We're not doing any. There's no explaining. We got no time to do no explaining. Mm-hmm. We're the same way here at the Comics Corner. We're like the Russo brothers. I'm one of them. You're the other. So Rick sees some fire. He gets scared. He rolls up. They're just burning dead bodies because they keep getting attacked. So he's like, hey, you guys should come back to this prison. And they're like, prison? And he's like, yeah, prison. And they're like, all right, sounds safe.
Yeah.
In this world,
yeah.
It does. So, simp.
He's talking about me. Just kidding, though, he says.
What does that mean?
We've been over this, Johnny. I feel like every 5 episodes,
Simpleton?
or somebody in the chat says simp, and then...
You kids and your abbreviations. Sorry, I'm too busy being a man.
Reading good literature.
I'm too busy being a Russo brother over here to understand what the abbreviation simp means. Man. you imagine if we were interviewing one of the real Russo brothers?
Which one?
Joe. I'm pretty sure Joe's one of their
And
names.
if Joe's busy, which one? Who would the other one that we interview be?
Joe's brother. Mr. Russo.
Mo. Mo Russo.
Mo Russo.
But yeah, so they eventually get the Herschels to come back.
The Herschels? You mean the Greens?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Herschel,
and so
Herschel Green, and they have to bury the hatchet a bit.
Yeah. So it should be noted that Rick convinced them. I mean, it didn't take much convincing, but Rick convinced them. So then we cut back to what we're going to find out to be the craziest scene in all of comic books. I genuinely think this is nuts because it's pretty graphic. It's as graphic as I ever want to see anything like this.
It gets more graphic.
No, I know. Wait,
But-
the scene or the show? I mean, I'm sorry, the book.
Oh, I mean the book.
Do you think there's more graphic scenes? I think this is the craziest thing.
The daughters later on, I think, kind of get a little bit worse.
I forget about that one. That is fucking crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
The
It's
prison
Walking Dead.
gets
We're
wild.
swear
Yeah,
free on this
exactly,
one.
yeah.
Or there's no rules.
Hell yeah, exactly. That's what we're here for, Polly. But also, if you like it, you can buy it.
Also, if you buy the book that we're going to be reading the following week, we do give a discount on it.
Yeah.
So just to keep in mind. And also, dude, you know what? I don't disagree with your method though, but you do want to own certain things.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't own everything. I'm on the fence about this one again. God damn it.
Like I'll be perfectly honest. Like when I was younger and didn't really have a job or money, like I would read comics online. But now that I've got money, I go back and I buy them.
No job, just money, huh? Mike just has money. Back when I didn't work and had money, it was way worse than now when I have
Now
money.
that I just kind of stumble across money freely,
Yeah.
I spend it on comics. But no, like I get you. I mean, like there's not free, Paulie. That's right, you are from there.
Oh, you're in the UK, dude. It is a bitch to get books over there.
Yeah,
Here, I am sorry to hear that. That's
Speaking of,
a
I just
bummer.
bought a whole bunch of books from Rebellion 2000 AD. I got a bunch of Judge Dredd and other 2000 AD books coming in. And yeah, let me say, Paulie P, graphic novels are heavy and they add up. And the box was a lot of pounds in terms of weight and money that I had to spend to get it. It's no fun, but
British pounds or?
Yes, they do. That was the joke. I'm sure Paulie got it, but
Yeah, well, he's British, I assume, of some type. Are you? Wait, where are you? I'm
oh
Scottish.
wait, no, Wales. That's right. Yeah, Wales.
You're in Wales, really? That's cool, man. I don't have a Welsh friend. I'm lying. I have one Welsh friend. His name is you. Thank you for being you.
Hugh.
No, you know what, man? There was a customer at Starbucks. Here's a Johnny Secret. Sometimes we do a little segment on the show called Johnny Secrets, where I just share a thing about my life that's usually pretty funny.
Yeah, where we go on a tangent unrelated to Walking Dead.
I hope I haven't told this one, that there was a customer who came into Starbucks with a very unique name. I just thought of it because of you saying the word Hugh. I don't know why.
That's right. Yeah, you got all the sheep that are that you got to tend to before you could read the comics.
That's right. So, yeah, this guy came in one time, and he had a super interesting name. And then he came back a second time, and I was like, okay, I mean, I don't want to make it dramatic. His name was Hrothgar. Hrothgar. And the second time he came in, I was like, oh, Hrothgar, right? And dude, it like floored him. He like couldn't fathom that somebody remembered his name. I feel like he was English. Like that's what his accent sounded like. And so the UK thing also made me think of it. But he was just so...
sounds more Nordic though, but yeah.
Maybe it is. I don't know. But do you know how I remembered it? I'm dead ass serious. The first half of his name, Hroth, just made me think of Hoth from Star Wars, and then I just remembered. That's all I needed. I just associated him with Hoth. And I was like,
I was thinking more like Ross or Roth or something like that, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, that was it. Just Hrothgar, man.
Hoth.
It's a badass name. And I spelled it right. That was like, it was when you'd write it on the cup. So he like got to the counter, and like I'd written it on his cup. I'm like, Hrothgar, right? And he was like, what?
Hrothgar?
100%.
Hell yeah. Hrothgar, if you're listening.
He watches.
His name's Polly P. Don't
name-
flick my...
Don't flick my
Mayo.
Boris.
Yeah.
My Vallejo. Oh.
We laugh, but let's get back to the sad...
Yeah, wow. Boo.
tragedy,
Okay,
exactly.
so if we remember, which we do,
Yeah, we could fill in
Chris's
Polly.
daughter, sorry, Chris is the boyfriend. Tyrese's daughter, what is her name? Why is her name?
You
my God.
should be saying it right there, right? Am I crazy?
No, it just says no. My little girl.
What is it? What's her name? Tyrese? Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Julie. Okay.
I was gonna say
you were right about the J.
To be fair, I figured it was I could have sworn it was Julie because I feel like it's a maybe
Don't swear in the
nose,
comics corner.
On the nose Romeo and Juliet thing.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, his name is Chris, so it doesn't really work. But
no, it doesn't.
Julie,
not at all.
I remember that's how.
So Julie is Tyrese's daughter, and Chris is her boyfriend, her weird ass boyfriend that kind of looks like Joe from Digimon.
Yeah, he's kind of shitty throughout the series. Like he's mean,
bitching about the kids. Yeah. Which I hate him too.
Tyrese doesn't let him have a gun, and he takes kind of offense to that. He's like, "Oh, what? You like you're
I'm almost 17. Exactly. You mean you're 16? I'm almost 17."
The problem is, I was of that age and looked exactly like him during this. Now it's just like, man, hi, Chris.
So they're kind of like you said, they're kind of alluding to something, him and her, and we find out in this scene what it is. So we're just gonna go into it because it's crazy. Chris and Julie have a sex suicide pact. So they're gonna lose their virginity to each other, and then kill each other so that they can like spend eternity together. Is the idea. Mm-hmm. So in this scene, we get them talking about what they're doing. They show the guns, and then everybody's sleeping in the cells, and blam. That's the sound effect Robert Kirkman used. And so Tyrese runs in and finds the dead daughter. Chris ended up pulling the trigger too soon, so Chris killed her. So these like 16-year-olds just lost their virginity to each other, and then the dude shot her, and then Tyrese goes nuts because she comes back as a zombie, even though she wasn't bit. And this is the first time that's happened in the show or in the series. So she comes back. Chris shoots her in the head. So he's now killed her twice. Tyrese then kills Chris with his bare hands. Yeah. And then Rick is like, dude, you killed him. And he's like, leave. I'm going to let him come back, and I'm going to kill him again slower. Yeah. So the kids each die twice in this scene after they had a virginity suicide pact. So
I still don't...
Crazy.
The whole suicide pact part of it, I still never got, even this time around.
Because it's a crazy book.
Yeah, like I get it. Like when Tyrese finds Chris, like he's like muttering in the corner of we were supposed to be together forever, stuff like that, together forever. But like, I don't know.
Yeah. So, so that's what's up there. So pretty fucked up, man.
Mm-hmm. Tyrese gets up early in the morning the next day to burn the bodies because he's like, I've got to see this through. This was my thing. Like, I'll do it.
And then we have some of the other prisoners just talking dialogue, and Rick's like, I got to go somewhere and do something. And he doesn't tell anybody where he's going. But remember, the girl came back, and she wasn't bit, and it's the first time we've had someone come back. So Rick's then the next day is like, I got to go somewhere.
Yeah. He remembers something, and he's got to deal with it alone. He doesn't tell anybody where he's going or what he's doing, but I got to get back.
Why don't you tell them what's happening? I got to grab a piece of food, dude. I didn't eat dinner. Like, I'm about to faint. Paulie took all my energy.
Too much yelling at Paulie. Yeah, let me swap spots.
Oh, do you want anything?
I'm good. I forgot we got low angle over here. Hi, Polly. Yeah, so we are right there. Okay, so this is interesting too because here we get Rick grabs a motorcycle, peels out, goes off to do whatever, and we see the kids kind of playing in here, and we get Thomas. Thomas Richard shows up. He was one of the prisoners that was left in the cafeteria. He was the one that was there for tax fraud, he said. He's like, tax fraud, but it wasn't my fault. And he's talking with Patricia, just kind of sidling up on them. Patricia being, the younger girl here. And he's just kind of being creepy. And that's it. They just kind of leave it at that. Open-ended, and then we cut back to Glenn and...
chair, Mike.
Uh-oh. Glenn and what's the girl's name? Meg? Something with an M.
Maggie!
Maggie.
Meg. Ah, stupid Meg.
Exactly. What's going on in the barber shop there, Johnny?
Well, they've never done it in a barber chair before.
Reasonable answer.
So...
They found out that the barber shop was like on the kind of secluded side of the jail, so... They have some private moments together.
So then, fruit and nut bars available here at Pastimes, located at entrance 8 of Golf Mill Mall, at the
Only
intersection
$1.
of Golf and Greenwood in Niles, Illinois, for only $1 American. A George Washington, if you will.
I will.
So, Herschel's little girls, the twins, Rachel and Susie, want to get their hair cut after Maggie and Glenn cut their hair.
Yeah, because they tucked off to the
Did you mention how creepy Thomas was
Yes,
towards
I did.
Patricia? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then they came back with their heads shaved or cut shortly, and they're like, "Oh, we want to get our hair cut too."
Yeah, and then, man, I just was like, man, we're burning through this, and then I remembered that there's a whole other book.
Yeah,
We gotta start going
yeah.
faster.
No worries.
Okay, so Rick goes to Will. No, that was on me too. I told 4 stories, dude. It wasn't like. Sorry, I felt like that came off ruder than it meant. Like it was meant to.
Always, Polly. We'll always plug in the store and the food, the snacks.
Oh yeah, dude. Available here at Pastimes at the entrance of Golf Mill Mall at the intersection of
Available.
Golf Road and Greenwood, Niles, Illinois. I've gotten a lot better at
Yes.
saying it, dude. It's because I practice multiple times a show and sometimes at home.
And sometimes here too with me.
Yeah, I do. Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Skivos. That's all I'm gonna say. He knows what it means. So back at the prison, Therese was acting all weird, like way too normal for having just like had his daughter die in his hands twice. And then like him and Glenn and Maggie are gonna go clear out the courtyard, or it's Andrea. Sorry, Andrea, and Glenn are gonna go clear out the courtyard, and he kind of gets overwhelmed by a bunch of walkers there. And then we see that Rick went back to Wilshire Estates where they left off in the previous book, and he digs up Shane because remember, Carl killed Shane, but he wasn't bit. So he digs up Shane to find because we just found out that like they come back as zombies even if they weren't bit.
Yeah.
And he kills him again because he didn't want to leave him that way. Then he calls him a son of a bitch and doesn't bury him.
Yes.
Pretty wild. And so you think this is crazier? What happens here?
Yeah.
So, okay, that's cool. Susie and Rachel went to get their haircuts, and Herschel went to find them. And this is what he found. Dun, dun, dun! They're both beheaded.
That's wilder. But well,
It's pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
Yo, I can't wait. I can't. I can wait till we see the colored version of that.
yeah,
It's gonna be wild.
it's gonna be something, Johnny. But yeah, so Herschel finds his.
So
young
after
daughter.
Rick convinced them to come, and then Maggie and Glenn come because they see that, or Maggie just does because she hears Herschel scream, and she sees the head, and then they start coming back to
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
And also we see the glasses here, which I don't believe belong to either of the girls, or did they? Or were they his?
One of the daughters did, I think.
Okay, then they were hers. Okay, because he had them too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, they got beheaded, and this is after Rick convinced them to come back. So that might play a role later. So yeah, we're back to it wasn't. Oh, it is Glenn. It's Glenn, Andrea, and Herschel's other son, whose name I can't remember right
Yes,
now.
yeah.
They were the ones doing that, and they're like, we gotta leave Tyrese, man. He got overwhelmed by walkers, dude. He was acting crazy and went into a big pile. So that's what's going on. And they think Tyrese is dead at that point. So that just happened. They think he's dead.
And also, they don't know who killed the daughters, but they assume it was the
Dexter,
one
'cause he's the
prisoner,
one
'cause,
convicted of
they said that
murder.
He was in for murder, so they
Yeah.
naturally assumed him.
Which makes sense, I suppose. So Glenn then walks in on Maggie and Herschel, and he's the one who executes the girls' heads.
Yeah.
Man, I could go for an Italian beef right now. So that's what's up there, and so they decide to imprison Dexter and the other guy. I'm hungry.
I don't know what about that scene made you think about an Italian beef sandwich, but
Oh, nothing. I'm just
each
hungry.
their own. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm
I
just,
gotcha.
it was irrelevant to this, what's going on here. And then we get this, I don't want to say, no, weird's not the right word, but we get this, the first sign of something being kind of off with Carol, because she's so different in the book than in the show. Carol is,
Not to interrupt.
messed up.
Polly P, my guess would be Johnny doesn't know who that is to begin with. Polyp says, Johnny, excited for Belle Delphine special Christmas video?
No, but you know my old like personal favorite waitress from Marie's over here in Chicago. Her name was Delphine. I called her Del. So there's that.
Does she have a special Christmas video?
I probably wouldn't watch it if she did. I don't think she was talented in that way. She's a damn good waitress, though. Phenomenal. I wouldn't watch her dance.
It's not dancing.
It's a Christmas video. You ever seen the Rockettes? I did.
Why are they kissing each other in that scene, Johnny?
Cause Carol is like confused about life. Not, she's just going through a lot.
She was dating Tyrese at that point, and
he just died.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think he died, so she's emotionally vulnerable, kind of falling apart a little bit. What's her name? Exactly.
Lori.
Lori is kind of there to comfort her as she usually is, and she just kind of they have a quick moment, but that's Lori says that's all it is.
Wait, Paulie, do you guys have Pringles over there in the UK? I heard that they don't get imported.
They call
over
them
there.
crisps.
No, I know they have chips, but they don't have. I'm saying specifically Pringles. Do you know what a Pringle is? Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
Yeah. Are you able to pop over there? Are things popping off?
In the UK.
And naturally, Rick returns at just the wrong moment because all this has been going on. He leaves for says we got them. He leaves for like a day and a half, and he comes back and one, two, presumably 3 people have died.
Yeah, and then he was like, did you guys find Tyrese's body? Yeah, right, this guy. And crisps, isn't that fries?
No,
that's chips. Those are chips.
Yeah.
2 pints of lager and a side of crisps. Where does that go? You like any punk rock, dude? Punk rock? I'm a punk rocker. Most of the best punk rock in the world comes from the UK. That's a fact. And a lot of the rest of it comes from New York and California.
Not from Chicago? We gotta change that.
I'm trying, man. But overall, I would say Chicago's actually very weakly represented in punk rock.
Okay.
Rise Against is probably top. Screeching Weasel, Naked Raygun, Articles of Faith. You're like, man, I've never heard of any of these, and that's my point.
I knew Rise Against.
That's why I said they were at the top.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Thank you for proving my point.
Yeah. Well, I like the name Screeching Weasels, though.
Just one weasel, but I like it.
Get more in there. The more the merrier, I always say when it comes to weasels.
I love this conversation. God bless The Walking Dead. That's a damn shame. I like Burger King a lot. Do you have the app? Because, dude, they give the sickest deals on the app, dude. It's like reaching Taco Bell territory. It's like, come by, we'll pay you. And you're like, what? Like, nobody wants this food. Here.
It's the kind of thing, Burger King to McDonald's is the same to me for, like, Coke versus Pepsi, where, like, Pepsi is kind of objectively better. I feel like Burger King is objectively better, but I feel like I end up having
McDonald's more
often. Although I hate Coke, so I don't. The analogy is just lost. I was just saying that like Burger King, I feel like is objectively better. I just don't go there nearly enough, though.
I'm a Pepsi guy. I love you, Michael. Wait, this is so interesting, Paulie. I really like you. Have you been to In-N-Out? How do you like? Have you been, or you just want to try it? Because when I was in California, man, I was there for probably 5 days, and I probably went like 6 times. I'm not kidding.
Oh yeah. But in the meantime, though, Rick comes back. Things are
not what they were when he left.
Exactly,
yeah. And so he wants to see Tyrese's body because he knows that like they come back from the dead even if they haven't been bitten, and like everyone's kind of just finding this out. So he wants to go and put Tyrese out of his misery, and then they find out that actually Tyrese fought his way out because he
somehow unscathed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, in the show they did that. Like there was a different twist because he doesn't have a daughter in the show. Have you heard of Superdog that's exclusive to here in Chicago? Do you know about Superdog? It is pretty world renowned. They do have a lot of like notoriety.
DAWG, right?
Yeah. Genji!
What's up, Genji?
Genji. Party!
See those Overwatch patches, man? Diva, back. Reinhardt, stronger than ever. Sorry, that's my Overwatch moment with Genji. But yeah, so they kind of find him. Tyrese still alive.
They're just talking shit out then.
And then Rick is talking with again, who was the guy that they wrongfully locked? Or no, never mind. That's later.
Yeah, they didn't do that yet.
But we see a scene happening in the laundry room.
Yeah, so Andrea's there doing laundry, and she's approached by the dude. Is his name? I want to say Alan. I want his name is Alan. Yeah, Thomas. And he's kind of creepy, and she's like, "Hey, what are you here for?" And boom, he's like, "So I could cut your head off." So presumably he killed the two girls.
Got Nanoblade and 6 kills. Hell yeah, Genji. Like to hear it. Hopefully we're seeing that video later tonight.
Can't wait. Are you guys overwatching?
Possibly. I might be after this. We'll see.
I don't know what's up with that. I want to get a PlayStation 4 so I can play some Tony Hawk 1 and 2. That's all I care about this holiday season.
That's good. Yeah, the remake ones or the
pretty stoked about that. I really want to watch that documentary too. Did you see they did one?
No.
Don't they do great hot dogs?
Yeah.
Yes, and also
definitely some of the best. Yeah.
They do, but the burgers are some of the best burgers I've ever had in my life.
Those burgers.
No, but I would call ahead because they take a while. It's clutch, dude. Sometimes I get there and like there's a line and I'm like, excuse me, fuck on my way. Excuse me.
Speaking of ahead, this lady might not have hers for very much longer.
That was funny.
It wasn't. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick too.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to Paulie and Genji about some super dog. So yeah, with the burgers, they take a while, so you call ahead, and like I'll go there sometimes, and there'll be a line, and I just like go ahead of everybody, and I'm like, yeah, pick up for John, and you always hear someone grumbling like, I didn't know you could do pickup, and it's like, yeah, you guys are morons. You never thought to call. Silly. Same thing with pizza places, dude. Even if you're eating in, you can call ahead and have them start the pizza. Yeah, I'm going to place an order for dine-in. I'll be there in 25 minutes. Do you know how many times I've gone to Marie's, where Dell used to work, and just sat down, and there's, like, tables around us that have been, like, waiting, and we just sit down, and they bring us a pizza? We get in and out. My girlfriend and I used to do this. We'd be in and out before, like, other people would, like, get their food. I'm telling you, man. I know how to eat. Can you order a burger for tomorrow? Man, I wish we... Oh... Calling Super Dog, that's funny. Man, dude, I wish we could send them to you. Have you ever had Lou Malnati's Pizza Dog, dude? Man, not Pizza Dog. I'm just saying dog. There'd be a comma there between pizza and dog.
Come on, dog.
We're not Super Dog, you know what I mean? There's a lot of dogs going around. Confusion.
Dogs here. I know,
Paulie, do you like Dragon Ball? It's my favorite. What? You know, sometimes I'm not, like, sometimes I don't even crack jokes, and I just see Mike giggling his ass off, and I'm like,
it's more just laughing at how far we're getting from the Walking Dead stuff, which it doesn't really matter. We're chatting with Paulie, it's a good time. But no, it's just funny.
A Dragon Ball? Are you missing on Dragon Ball? Is that what you mean? Or Super Dog? Or Lou Malnati's?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I was going to say,
Jeez Louise.
To my knowledge, Portillo's, they do, you could ship their food. They send in those dry ice packages. I wonder if they could go, if that would keep overseas.
Probably, maybe.
One way to find out, Paulie.
We're gonna send you an $85 hot dog.
Exactly.
Hey, I got here and
it's stale. This is the best. Ugh.
It was awful. Yeah, you gotta come here, man. We would just take care of you, dude. We should get some people from our chat to come here from outside the world, or outside the country, and like take them around.
We joked with Yo-Yo.
Outside the state. I like that. How that went from world to country to state.
Exactly. Yeah. Uber Eats. Exactly. Yeah. The Uber Eats driver says stop by Portillo's, and then go to the nearest airport, and then we got you from there.
Like the thing in Kentucky from eBay.
Like, yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean? I got to go on the 10-hour flight or whatever. It'd be 8, what, right? Here to Germany was about 8, yeah. So yeah. When will we be home, Genji? Probably in 40 minutes. We'll see. We'll see how long Walking Dead takes, but
plow through it.
You'll see me out eventually, Genji.
So yeah, crazy dude Thomas is trying to kill Andrea. He is the one who beheaded the girls. They get into a little tuffle. Lori and Rick are in a tuffle. Tuffle's the right word, right? Tussle. Tiff tussle. They're trying to find a way to kill the walkers that are forming a barrier around the fence, and they're using their knives, but then they lose their knives. So I like that they actually do a lot of practical stuff, and then well, how would someone mess that up, and what can they do to fix it?
Yeah.
So, see, Genji, I'm gonna get Mike home, man. You see how fast I'm doing this? They call me Speed Reader here. Speed Reader. Can you guys start calling me Speed Reader? That sounds cool. Hey, Speed Reader! And then I'll come out from the back and I'll be like, yeah. Also, I want to get walkie-talkies with Alan, and I want to call him Hawkman. But, Hawkman, it's Comic Boy. I have questions. I can be Comic Boy, because you're a comic keeper.
What questions are you asking that require, like...
A walkie-talkie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, I don't know how far those reach. I don't think they would reach as far as...
No, what if he's like up here on the computer and I'm in back?
I think at that point you just walk up front, but that's neither here nor
Yeah,
there.
that's the first half of the walkie. But I just want to do the talkie.
The walkie dead.
The walkie dead.
So
Thomas is attacking Andrea. They get outside.
Yeah, their fight spills out to the yard. She's already been cut
Across the face. Rick figures out that puts it together that he's the one who killed.
We do, Genji. We do have a few graphic novels from Steven Universe. I forget offhand which their names were, but
Look who decided to show up. If it isn't Skylar. Hey, Skylar. Welcome to the Comics Corner. I'm Johnny. This is Mike.
Skylar knows us. Skylar knows what book this is, too. Or at least should.
Pastimes, Comics, and Games, located at entrance 8 of Golf Mill Mall, at the intersection of Golf Road and Greenwood in Niles, Illinois. You who soda, Mikey?
No. It's,
Ooh.
Gotta watch the sugars. But I say that after I already had a Yoo-hoo.
You ain't watching shit.
You were telling me about how bad sugars are, and here I am slamming another, 70 grams of sugar in one drink. Man, is it good.
How are you going to build muscles if you're eating sugars?
Is that what's keeping me from getting swole?
Whoa, that was so serious. Mike's ready to get ripped.
I am. What do you think I'm doing in the garage every night? Well,
I don't know what you do in the garage every night, Mike. I don't come over. You don't invite me over to show me. I assume you're working out because every day you're like, I was in the garage working out last night. So I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're covering up. What are you doing in the garage, Mike? Why don't you tell us? Oh, now you're going to get bashful, huh? Because all your friends are here.
No, because Skylar's here, I can't say it. Oh, man.
Good Lord. Good great googly moogly.
Rick really starts punching that dude, huh?
He beats the guy to an inch of his life. He beats the shit out of him.
Not quite, Polly P.
Wait, are you in a different time zone than us, or are you here?
Skylar?
Yeah.
I think he's in the same time zone. But the man...
Yeah, then you have no excuse. I was trying to give you an out, man, but, maybe if you lived in, the UK or something, I'd be like, oh, I got the time wrong. It was 8:30, 7:30. Oh, man!
That's the end of graphic novel number 3.
Is it?
Just about.
That's just about the end. And, so Rick is like, yeah, we're going to hang. We're going to hang out. Together while we hang this guy.
Hang this guy, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
From a noose.
Yeah, he puts down his foot. He says, if you kill, we kill you.
We're going to hang him. Ohio!
Ohio to you, too.
Sandusky? Callahan Auto?
Just dropping down names.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I should. It's a movie, right?
You should. Yeah, you're right. Your parents should be here. Come on, Sandusky, Ohio, Callahan Auto.
Oh, Tommy Boy. Or Black Sheep. Wait.
Mike, you're fired.
Not like this. Not again.
This is the second time Chris Farley has gotten me fired.
Basically, yeah.
So, yeah, it was Tommy Boy, Mike.
I know. I had it, and then I panicked.
I just started saying random animals.
Skylar.
Yeah, so everyone's pretty on edge here.
Yep.
Herschel wants to watch. And, Patricia, who's fucking insane for some reason.
Yeah.
It decides that she's going to help Thomas out. And then Thomas starts attacking her and tries to kill her. And so Maggie ends up blowing a hole through Thomas there.
Yeah. Patricia, well, Thomas initially, flirted with her a little bit. She's like, who was that redhead that guy that came with your boyfriend? He's like, oh, we're not really dating. It's like,
what are you talking about? Her hair's white, dude.
No, the redhead. The Otis, the boyfriend. Her boyfriend.
What about him?
They were just, that was their intro to flirting. when he was creeping on Patricia.
Are you trying to flirt with me right now?
Oh.
Because I'm a redhead?
That's neat.
You're into that? Cool. You guys saw it right here.
You heard it. That's the end of book number 1 because they threw his body out to the walkers.
Yeah, and then Dexter and Dexter's lover, whose name I cannot remember, Andrew or something. I think it was Andrew actually. Were sneaking around after they got let out of prison, and they went to the armory, which they did not tell Rick about, or so he thinks. And he's like, they got all these guns, and he's like, y'all are getting out of my house, blah, blah, blah. Get the fuck out of my house. It was a quote. I'm allowed to swear.
Legally.
God, dude, this artwork looks so good.
What if there was color to it, though?
Not as good.
Fair enough. And that's the end of book 1. Again, we'll kind of speed through a little bit. Book 2, I guess it's...
Mike's got some Overwatch.
No, I'm just
well, we get the introduction to Michonne, so you either know who Michonne is or you don't.
Issue 19. Key issue alert. First appearance. Get the deluxe editions that might be worth more than face value. That's people's. The speculation is that for the deluxe editions, like all of the key issues will be worth more because they're. Are they though? It's not the first appearance.
Which covers though? The base covers or like the
That's
retro
the
ones?
Like, yeah.
I'm going with the retro ones. I'm going with the B covers for everything.
So yeah. Yeah.
We got to get me on that just in case more people do, because I'm just taking shelf copies at this point. I'd rather be on the safety list.
Yeah.
And what else were we gonna add me to?
Daredevil.
Did you?
No, we gotta teach you how to. We gotta teach a man to fish, Johnny.
Bro,
as comics.
I
boy,
can't. No.
As comics boy, you should know how to comic it up, boy.
You do not teach me how to add stuff to my own account, my friend. You are asking for a problem. That is going to no.
Why do I have 10 copies of everything coming in and all of this? Oh no.
My God.
Alan, get on the walkie-talkie. It's happening.
Hawkman, it's Comics Keeper. Hawkman, repeat. It's Comics Keeper.
Comics boy has gone overboard again.
He's gone. No, it's not that I would get multiple copies. I would just start getting on every damn pull list.
Oh, I see. Yeah. You would.
Yeah, I'll just get some Daredevils and Thors and Captain Americas. I like all them.
Says before getting everything, yeah.
Yeah. So, basically Rick's like, where'd you get those guns? And Dexter's like, the armory. And he's like, you're an idiot. There's a bunch of walkers. So now the walkers are coming. And Rick's like, yeah, so, you gonna kill us? You're gonna kill the walkers that are coming to get them. And kind of puts old Dex there in a little pickle. Yeah. So they start having a good old-fashioned shootout. And, what's dude's name? Patricia's husband
Otis.
or brother? This is Otis, right?
Yeah, the redhead. Hi, what's up, Baby Yoda?
Dang, dude!
Wow.
Baby Yoda, you see all them Star Wars drops today, dog? All them Star Wars drops? How them mics doing, Mike?
Mandalorians?
How them mics doing, Mike?
They're peaking.
I'm so freaking hungry, dude.
I know. Are we getting food after this?
You wanna? We gonna get it?
I don't know. That Taco Bell over there is going to close. I know you don't care about Taco Bell, but that one might be closing soon. That's a bummer. I was talking, like, I used to get a lot of Taco Bell over there because it's nearby, and I'm a
Secrets with Mike.
And it's open late.
Wait, to Milwaukee?
Eat great, even
No,
late.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Harlem, Milwaukee?
No, right down that way by
by PETA Inn?
Yeah, and PETA Inn, yes. And I, like I said, I make bad decisions late at night to like get junk food. I've cut down on that. You see, you got to work out in the garage.
I'm going to the garage. I'm going to Taco Bell.
No, I'm not going to Taco Bell. But I haven't gone in so long, and I swung by there, and the guy remembered me because I used to go there a lot. He's like, and he was telling me about how they might be closing down because of COVID, and also, to be fair, Taco Bell cut like all the good stuff off their menu, so like it was kind of shooting themselves in the foot. But point being, might not be able to go to that Taco Bell much longer if it doesn't stick around. So,
wow.
So I filled out the survey and said, keep it alive.
Keep it alive. Keep it alive.
Also, because I might get my $500 gift card for filling out that survey. I know it's a lot of Taco Bell, and then I went from like not having Taco Bell to like, all right, well, I guess it's back to like twice a week
sure
for me.
Could go for 100 tacos right now.
Exactly, yeah. I'd be stupid not to. But that's my story.
Man, need my elbow to crack, and it's just not. So what do you want to get for food, dog? What are you guys feeling? What's everyone in the chat feeling tonight?
Yeah. How about this? Throw suggestions. We'll keep.
What's on the table? We gotta give them options.
That's fair.
We had Mexican earlier.
Well, like, what's open? Like, what is it? It's almost 10.
Portillo's.
Taco Bell.
We had Mexican earlier.
It's not
Portillo's.
Mexican. Taco Bell's not Mexican. What we had is actual Mexican. This.
I don't know about that either. Wasn't Chipotle.
Yeah, that's Mexican.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm telling people it was because the way we questioned it, like, well, it was Mexican, it's
yeah.
not Mexican.
Yeah.
Man.
There's not a lot. There's Wingstop. I don't know. Yeah, it's just next by. It's next to Chipotle. That's why I thought of that, but it's not really.
Domino's,
open till
that's
midnight.
no longer in the good graces.
Domino's is dead, man.
They never got back to me.
Yeah, I would be. I'm not surprised. I feel like that's the kind of thing that like somebody opens up their support inbox and just opens that and then just.
Oh, wow, this sounds like a big problem. Delete. Oh, took care of that. Tape fell off.
Almost bad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ah, tree in the morning. That's what we say here in Chicago.
Yeah. We'll I don't know. Well, let's keep it moving. We'll come back to it. Somebody will yell out something and then we'll grab that.
Yeah, just throw some ideas, people. So they get into a good old-fashioned shootout with all the walkers, and then Rick does the smart thing and takes his shot and kills Dexter because Dexter was going to kill them.
Yeah, he turns his gun to Dexter and shoots him in the head.
They get Andrew to turn his guns over, and in the meantime, Michonne came and rescued Otis, and so this is how she kind of gets introduced to the group, and she comes in and...
with her katana, cuts up the zombies, makes her way in there, and then beheads the two zombies that she came walking with, who were, what was it, her husband and, or not her husband, her boyfriend and his friend.
Something like that, yeah.
Real quick, Baby Yoda asks, how many books does The Walking Dead have?
193 issues, or 32 trade paperbacks, or 16 hardcovers,
hell yeah.
or 8 compendiums. I'm sorry, 8 deluxe editions.
4 compendiums?
Is it 4? I think it is 4.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Actually, it's 4 compendiums.
So it depends on how you want to collect.
Don't get the
Baby Yoda.
Compendiums. They're shit. Don't get those, seriously.
Yeah, so they're way too big and soft, so like
they just go to shit real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
If you really want those, you can. We don't even have them here.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
like,
no.
I didn't really carry them because it's not really worth it at that point. And also, like, it's the thing of like that's a lot to like commit to. Like, I mean, if you want it, that's how you want to do it. But like, we carry the trade paperbacks you see there, and then the hardcovers behind it, because I feel like that's like one or both of those is the way that you're going to collect it, and it depends on if you want the hardcovers or the trades. Did we read all of them? No. Today we were talking about issues 13 through 24, because initially the first time we did The Walking Dead on the stream, we did the first 12 issues, and Skylar suggested it again, so we're doing the next 12, which are 13 to 24. So that is trade paperbacks 3 and 4, or hardcover number 2. But yeah, there's a lot out there, but it is finished. It wrapped up last year, so are they available on digital download? I'd assume so. I'm not too
I
familiar
would
with
check
too many of the platforms.
Images.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Source or Comixology is a good one.
Skybound is like the Robert Kirkman like side of Image, so like I don't know if their website would mention it, but yeah, like Comixology is kind of like I think still like the main digital download site that kind of collects multiple sources. Like DC has like their own one, Marvel has their own one, but like Comixology kind of collects a lot of it and the side stuff. So.
But Tyrese causes a real lot of drama bullshit in this one by he starts flirting with Michonne like basically right away as soon as she steps in the prison, even though he's been with Carol since the beginning of them knowing each
also,
other.
Real quick, if we could go back there, I'm a fan of Axel. As far as like the new.
Oh yeah, he's cool.
We haven't really touched
Alan
on him in
Moore?
this story. Yeah, basically, yeah, like he's one of the prisoners that was left left behind. He was there for I forget what he was even there for. Like it was having too much of a good time. I think it was like assault. He's like this like biker white dude. Like I feel like he's very like probably listens to the Grateful Dead. He's kind of like hippie-ish in some ways, but like I don't know. He's a chill dude.
Yeah, he's all right. I agree.
I like him.
And Alan, for the first time, basically since his wife died, wants to help and participate. So he wants to go on like a sweep of the prison with them.
Yeah.
And he's never really done this. Like he's not too good with the gun, and he ends up shooting a couple walkers, and they want to not be shooting them because it attracts other ones. They want to kill them with like knives and hammers. So as this is happening throughout the prison, we see one sneaking up on Alan and bites him in the frickin' Achilles, which is really tough to watch. I can't even. So he bites his ankle out. and they end up killing the walker. And in the meantime, Tyrese and Herschel,
Yes.
yeah, find a generator. So it's good for our prisoners, our characters. And Rick does something for the first time in the series, an attempt, and it's bold. He ends up cutting off Alan's leg trying to get him saved because he got bit in the leg, so he cuts it off, and
the idea being that that'll stop the infection, which will stop him from turning. Like, it'll be painful, but
yeah, but you know, so sound logic, and I'm going to talk about what the show does after we find out the outcome of that.
Between this and something that well, no, I guess it's this and well, I mean, we'll find out how this goes later, but with the shooting of
Dexter,
I am on team Rick did nothing wrong.
I agree.
Yeah, because I mean that's this book is gonna wrap up with a lot of Rick hate from the other survivors, but
we get the full side.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rick comes in and tells everybody that Alan got bit. Everybody's worried, and then we got Tyrese outside playing ball, and Michonne comes up, and Mike, you take it from here, buddy.
They get into a compromising position. That's what's her face?
Well, it looks like Tyrese maybe had either forgotten to zip his pants.
He forgot to tie his shoes, and Michonne is being kind enough to bend down and tie a shoe for him.
And no one's done this for Tyrese in a while. No one's tied Tyrese's shoes for him. But I think Carol
somebody notices.
Well, but wait, wasn't Carol tying his shoes regularly?
No. Not that. She didn't tie his shoes. She helped him out in other ways, but not tying his shoes. But she notices this, and she is taken aback.
Wait. We gotta stop for a second. Okay, now wait.
Step outside the metaphor.
Yeah, wait, stop for a second. Okay, wait. Were Carol and Tyrese not being intimate? Was that part of the story that
they were, but the fellatio was not part of that, which they talk about.
They do?
Yeah.
When?
It's
after?
Yes.
How did I miss that? No.
They talk about that. They mentioned that.
You point that out to me in this book.
It's later. Well, yeah, we'll see it.
Okay.
Tying shoes.
So Michonne was tying his shoes. Carol sees Glenn and Maggie.
Yep.
Just doing their thing. Andrea notices Michonne talking to herself,
Michonne
acting
in
crazy.
Herself, yeah.
So Carol and Tyrese are sleeping together, and Carol's acting all weird because Tyrese doesn't know that she knows. And what's up?
In this scene, like I'm pretty sure he mentions or she mentions like that she doesn't usually do that. It's like, whoa, what's going on? Like you usually don't like doing that.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I did. I can't believe I misinterpreted what the hell went on in this scene.
Yeah. Was she tying the shoe in that?
Oh man, I get it all. Oh, I got so lost in that there.
No worries.
Okay. I swear to God. I somehow glossed over like this part of it and thought that she like, God damn it. I thought she just like pulled away from him.
Yeah.
And he was like,
kind
you don't usually do this. Come back here.
Yeah, Carol was acting sus.
God. Yeah, I'm embarrassed on that one.
We'll all get through the sexual metaphors together.
So
the implication.
she tied his shoe.
Yep. Tried to.
And then he was holding her, and then she was like, I can't do this, just hold me. And then she's like, I want you to move your shit out tomorrow.
Morning, pack your stuff, find another cell.
So that's what's going on. Rick's hand is all fucked up from when he beat up Thomas.
Yeah, they tried to do their best first aid, but it might be kind of broken for life. Like he might not ever get like full usage of it. Like he could barely make a fist. So like, but he says it was worth it, which I guess, but we shall see.
Axel's helping out with all the growing of the food. They're trying to get a garden going.
Chill dude.
Yeah, he's just like a gardener. So we found out that Michonne did have a family, And then we turn the page and we see a slit wrist in an open cell with Sophie on the ground, and it is, of course, Carol. So Carol has presumably killed herself. So Tyrese and Michonne are doing their Tyrese and Michonne thing, tying shoes.
Often Michonne's cell, yeah.
I thought they were in Tyrese's. Oh, no, yeah, doesn't she come in?
Yeah, he found his own cell, and she joined him.
So Rick walks in to tell him that Carol slit her wrist and sees this happening, and this is when he puts two and two together that, like, oh, you cheated on her and now she tried to kill herself.
Yeah.
So a bunch of fuck you starting, and basically they're getting into a little
Words
tussle.
Exchanged, fists are exchanged.
Yeah, and then it starts a fight. So man, look at this awesome artwork, dude.
Imagine if that was in color.
Not as good. I'll say it every time.
You can see the blood though. Is he bleeding there? I can't tell. It's black and white. If I saw some red, then I'd be... That's blood.
How about this? How about I punch you in the face like that and we see if you bleed?
But it'd be in color, so it'd look better.
Shut the fuck up!
Also, Genji, pastimes.net/social has our link to the Discord. It's easier than, I forget the string of letters and numbers that our Discord link is currently. But yeah, pastimes.net has our Facebook. Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically like a two-issue fist fight of Tyrese and Rick going back and forth.
148, that all been on comics? No, Polly. Issues 1 through 193. That's the full run of Walking Dead. Yeah, the graphic novels are kind of broken down to 6 issues. The hardcovers are 12 issues. What is it? The deluxe are 32 and omnis are 64. Yeah. Wait. Something like that.
Yeah. I think the compendiums are 48 issues each.
Okay. Yeah. A little bit more reading to do, Polly.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you, Babiana.
So yeah, they get into this big fist fight, knock each other out basically, and Rick ends up in the hospital, and Alan dies while this is all happening.
Yeah, he died from just bleeding out, basically. Yep, it's also in there as well, Genji. And then Charlie.
Shut
Came like ghostly at the end there.
That was sick.
That was sick.
I meant Charlie's arrival.
That was also sick.
Sly dog.
Unfortunately, not that.
All the cool dudes are here, man.
Got the whole gang here. But yeah, where were we at?
Hawkman? Hawkman, this is Comic Boy. Are you all right?
Come in.
Over. So Rick ends up coming to. Carol, being her crazy self, gives Rick a big old smooch because she's crazy.
Looking for love, man. She's alive. He's alive. There's a lot to be kissing about.
So then Herschel breaks it to Rick that he's no longer going to be the leader.
Daryl.
No, Herschel. Oh, Dale. Sorry, you're right. It's Dale. My bad. Yeah.
I am Chuck.
Questionable.
What's that yet?
Don't know yet.
We shall see.
So I've already hit my hours threshold for the week, so I'll talk to Zach and see if there's work I can come in and do. I finished the trade paperback section. I redid our whole trade paperback section.
Come on by. If people wanted to come on by and see that trade paperback section for themselves, what would they do?
Oh, they would come to Pastimes Comics and Games, located at Entrance 8 of Golf Mill Mall at the intersection of Greenwood and Golf Road in Niles, Illinois. Little stutter there at the end, sorry.
Okay, it's okay. It's late. We haven't eaten.
I have not eaten. I'm fucking hungry, so let's
sorry,
wrap this up.
Sorry, are we too loud, too quiet for the subtitles? I missed it. Too many conflicting conversations, but yeah. So we got Daryl is telling Rick that Rick is
Dale.
Dale is.
You did say Daryl the first time.
I did, yeah. Dale is telling Rick that Rick is no longer the kind of de facto leader. They've decided to have a tribunal, basically, which is Tyrese, Rick, Dale, and Herschel. They talk about, like, there's no women on the council, but the women voted that they didn't want that, that they kind of still wanted them in charge, but, like, they felt that having all that pressure on Rick was kind of getting to him. Oh, yeah, Pekin. It was that ghost that came by for a moment there.
Charlie?
No, you.
The ghost of Charlie's past.
It still haunts me. Um, but yeah, so they decide that Rick, too much of what he did was like the pressure was getting to him, but he decides, oh, he decides that he has to amend his rule of if you kill, we kill you because spoilers, he killed Derek. I'm
Dexter.
So bad. Dexter. Oh my god, I'm so bad with the names.
We need to get food, people. That's what I'm chalking this up to.
He was right. He did the right thing. Dexter was going to kill them. He had to make a call. I agree with the call.
I do. I agree.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go on.
No, so I was going to say that was kind of becoming a point of contention for him because they felt that Rick was becoming unhinged. Charlie asked, why are they the Walking Dead? Do you want to give them... Charlie, if you're there at the beginning, I gave the quote for it, but
well,
John, if you want to know.
I don't know. There's about 4 pages of
exactly,
why.
Yeah, he leads into...
It's a real big
I just kind of got
big
the
speech.
last paragraph, but...
Yeah. But yeah, you said most famous line from the show? You're not wrong.
It's the name. They mentioned the name in there.
What do you think, man? I give it a solid 10 out of 10, dude. I really do. It's that good. It lives up to the hype. It's what it needs to be. It moves at the right pace. It's not afraid to kill off characters.
Yeah.
It's unforgiving. It's got drama. It's got sex. It's got violence. It's got language.
It's got drugs. Mention of drugs, at least.
Mention of drugs, man.
I'd probably give it more of a 9. But yeah, it is some spot on. Like it's a, it's a classic story arc, the prison story arc. You get the name drop of why they're the Walking Dead. It's good characters, killing off characters that I could do without, which is basically just Chris. But also we get the introduction to Axel. I like Axel, so yeah, it's just a solid story arc all around.
Yeah, man. So, what are we eating?
Well, the first question, what are we reading next week?
It's Superman Red Sun.
I've already read that, so I'm already good to go. But mix it. No, it's got rock and roll. I feel like
yeah, it's got this guy. We already went over that.
Axel is rock and roll. That's rap. No, Axel's rock and roll. Axel, I feel like is definitely like an old biker that would listen to some sweet rock and roll.
Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses.
Well, he's working on his Harley. But yeah, no, solid Walking Dead issues 13 through 24. Next Thursday, issues 1 through 3 of Superman Red Sun. Let me type that in there. It is the Elseworlds mini-series that, much like the Marvel What Ifs, is a what if that asks the question, what if Superman landed in the USSR instead of the USA? And John, you said you never read it? I've read it before, and then I reread it last night.
I'm going to read it and then watch the animated film.
Yeah, I've heard the animated film not as good. Apparently they change things in ways that people don't like. I might do the same now that I've got some extra time too. But yeah, no, I really like the story. The ending I forgot about, and I don't know how I feel about that ending yet. Still, I'm sure when we come around to talking about it, I'll either have a consensus or I could talk it through with Johnny of what I do and don't like. Doesn't know how lucky he is. It's probably a Guns N' Roses thing. That's over my head. But with that, Johnny, what are we eating? Now that business is out of the way, I haven't gone Pie P. We're probably just going to meander around for a few more minutes here, talking about what food we want to get. Good night, my man. Thanks for coming out as always. Royce and I will be back on Monday to talk Pocket Monsters if you want to take a look at that. And yeah, Johnny, what are we getting for food?
Man, how about...
Oh, thank you, Charlie.
Oh, shoot. Wait. Let's see if they're open still.
Yeah? What are you thinking? Talk me through it, Johnny.
Dude.
Yes?
Let's go to Charcoal Delights in Swains.
Yeah?
You ever been there?
No, I've not.
It's 12 minutes away.
Are they still open?
It looks like they are.
Can we order and pick it up there, or is that I assume that's not a drive-through. That sounds like a proper.
No, they do have a drive-through, but you
Oh.
can also walk in and order.
All right. Well, I think that will be
Wait.
our choice here, unless Chuck.
Oh.
Any suggestions?
They closed at 9, dude.
All right. And that does it for us here. Much like The Walking Dead, we are the hungry boys. It's been us all along because every time we do these streams, we should have gotten dinner this time. We normally do. We goofed, and that's on us, and we will correct it next time. But Johnny, anything that you want to say before we sign off here?
No, thank you all for joining us. That was a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
It was a good time. A lot of news at the beginning and meandering, but there's a lot to talk about. There's gonna be a lot to talk about on Tuesday again. Never forget that, Charlie. The Hungry, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Baby Yoda, The Hungry Dudes is the subtitle to the Comics Corner. And in that sign off, it's always remember Lord of the Rings better than Harry Potter.
Ironheart was the other thing. It's going to be about War Machine. Another show.
Ironheart is going to be about War Machine, not Ironheart?
Wait.
Riri Williams from Chicago?
Yeah, I guess that is about him. I think, okay, maybe War Machine's just going to be in it.
Okay, yeah.
No, because I read something about Don Cheadle being in it, for sure.
That makes sense, yeah.
He's from Chicago?
She, and yes.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool as hell.
Yeah, that might be the only cool thing about that character. But thanks everybody for coming out. We enjoyed The Walking Dead. Remember, we'll be talking about Superman Red Sun next Thursday. It's a pretty quick read. It's only 3 issues, but it's a really good. It's in trade paperbacks. We've got there's I think deluxe editions. If you happen to have the 3 initial issues too, feel free to crack those bad boys open. We're going to be talking about that on Thursday. We'll be back on Tuesday for our normal news and just kind of talking comic stuff. Like I said, unfortunately, the passing of Richard Corbin that happened this week. I'm going to bring in a handful of the Richard Corbin books that I have.
Wow.
I'm on that website. Look, we're literally just in the stream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, heavy metal. I've got a bunch of heavy metal books and graphic novels and just kind of collected works of his that I'm going to show off on the stream. And yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday to talk about that. But until then, remember.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Wait. No. There's another show coming out called Armor Wars with John Cheadle. Ironheart and Armor Wars.
Okay.
So I wasn't. Oh, and there's gonna be another Ant-Man and the Wasp movie.
And remember, not all heroes wear capes.
Some are Jedis.